Yes. So now that the lady tells you, and she's very bold about it. So thank you for that. I think if I recall memory wise, like ink wise for today, we just need, so I use, you don't have to, but I used Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and some early espresso. But I mean, you could use Shaded Spruce. You could use, just Jade. But these are the ones that I ended up using just because I thought that these looked good. So, so FYI. And then I'm looking at all the pieces just to make sure I've got my memory correct. And so we've got 3 cards and a 3D item, but the 3D item is kind of like a card. So, you know, so it's kind of a cheater 3D item, but it's cute. And Sarah definitely inspired me to make this. She was like, I have an idea. And I was like, okay. I was like, I love ideas. Give me ideas. So, so I'm going to show you a couple other swap cards that I got from this suite, because it is really pretty. And so this is one, and Sarah Musso actually made this one. And so in this one, she used a piece of that lattice. It's kind of hard to see, but the lattice is there, a little bit of that brick background, and then just a real simple label, you know, real simple piece coming across. And then this, she actually fussy cut, which there's a lot of ability to fussy cut in this paper. Like if you wanted to, you could get a lot of plants out of here just by fussy cutting out of that DSP. So yeah, really cute card. And this is her favorite fold of all time. I think I'm going to call it the Sarah fold, but it's where this piece comes up. So then you just have it on a quarter sheet of the darker, you know, piece. And this comes up, which is kind of cute. So, but she does this one all the time. It's so funny. And then this was another swap I got. Oh, Karen Titus. And so I thought that was pretty with the just jade and the little pots and the succulents and everything. And that's just a lot of fussy cutting. I can't believe she made like 20 of these because that's a lot to do.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. That's too much fussy cutting for me for a swap. But anyway, so cute card from her. So I just wanted to share some inspiration. So I knew that I wanted to make a skinny card, one of the long cards from
a slim.
Yes, a slim card, skinny, slim, whatever. I was making them before they were cool. So, but I hadn't done one in a long time. So this is actually the big one we're going to make. So you can pull that packet out. But this is what we're going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and I'll pin and spotlight this. Okay, cool. So this is what we're going to make. And I definitely think that, yes, this is a business envelope, but you can just dress it up with some cute stamping. So we'll definitely stamp our envelope on this one. And I don't normally stamp our envelopes, but when you're using a business one, I think that's nice. And then this is just a nice piece of the thick white, you know, cardstock. So, and then we're going to do some fussy cutting on this one, which, you know, there's a great set of dies with this set, but then there's a lot of plants that I think go unused if you just use the dies. So we'll do a little bit of fussy cutting. Everybody got different plants in their kit. So I'm curious to see which ones you guys got, but this is really easy. And then this is probably not a shape that you've seen before because we're going to take a piece and we're going to cut it down. So let me get mine out maybe. No, cool. I was like, good stuff. Excellent. All right. So everybody's got some plants in your section. You know, it's always a shame when the DSP, you know, the plants go off the piece. But in this case, you know, I got some plants and then I've got my long piece of Evening Evergreen ribbon that we can tie across and make a little knot. And then we've got the back side, that black and white pattern party, the hostess pack of paper. This black and white paper side has gone really well. I made another swap. I don't know where my swap card is, but I made another one with one of these and this suite. The black and white tends to go really well with this suite. So if that's something, hey, Priscilla, you got a cute kitty there. Oh, so sweet. And then this punch is the piece that we're going to stamp, and then we're just going to trim it down to make this so that it fits a little bit tighter. It is definitely tight left and right. So just, be careful when you're aiming it. But we'll work on fussy cutting so everybody can get out their snips and do their thing. And then we'll stay for sentiment. My crafty buddy has come to hang out and visit. So it's just hanging out in his bed. So, all right, snips it is. I feel like I cheated and I had a plant already cut over here, but maybe I didn't. Oh, that's a shame. These aren't terrible to cut out, depending on which one you cut. So it was crazy hot yesterday up in like the Seattle area. How was it out in California? Was it hot?
Oh yeah. California, our area was nice.
Yeah, other parts, the Pacific Northwest, I think, really got hit with that heat wave.
Yeah.
And
We
then
were up there one year at Vancouver, Washington for a hula competition, and it hit 115.
That's just wrong. And they don't really have air conditioning. Like my mom's in Seattle and she doesn't have air conditioning. And I mean, a lot of people don't have it up there,
Right.
I told her just to go sit in front of a fan, It's crazy. Well, we dropped Marianne off for her second week of Girl Scout camp. We picked her up on Friday and we dropped her back off today. And it was raining cats and dogs. And oh my gosh, she's like, She's like, I wish I brought my rain boots. I was like, It's like we had this conversation. You said no. Oh well. Live and learn, right?
Right. What kind of Girl Scout not prepared?
It's wild. So she's really looking forward to the week though. So she had a good week last week. So
So they get to camp?
say what?
They get to camp?
Yeah, they had they've been doing full Girl Scout camp. So
Wow.
they limited some capacity, I think in the beginning. And so I think it was 50% capacity and then it was like 3/4% capacity. So like 75% capacity. But what they've done is they require like a negative PCR test or a vaccine from the girls. And so that's been nice, to help just ensure, and then of course they're still doing masks and, the whole 9 yards. But I mean, it doesn't sound like much has changed. I was kind of querying her to see like if there was anything majorly different between when she's been before. And it doesn't sound like there's much noticeable difference to them at least, which is good, right? So they just really have to stay in their little pods, like in their little units, which is fine. So
I don't know about our girls out here.
yeah,
I got out of it. They stopped it.
they stopped doing camps.
Yeah.
Like summer camp or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe because the facilities were too expensive to maintain or something,
Probably. Because it got crazy. And then finding supervision was hard too.
Yeah. I know that they've had a hard time this summer hiring, but I think that's just because everyone's had a hard time hiring right now, right? Like,
yeah.
So But yeah, it's good. So she's got 1 more week of that, and then she's got 2 weeks at another camp that I went to as a kid in July. So that's good. Gives her some independence, right?
Yeah. I think that's good for them
Oh yeah, for sure.
to get away from us.
Oh yeah. Good for us too, right?
My daughter would forget everything. She would leave her pillow every year, a hairbrush, a pants or a shirt. It was crazy.
That's so funny. Marion's very organized, and she always tends to bring everything back. But this time she lost her mess bag, like her, you know what her mess kit's in, like the little rinse bag. I don't know where it went. So I was surprised, but so I sent her with you can make your own out of like a lingerie bag and a shoelace. So that's what I sent her with this week, hopefully to embarrass her into keeping it and not forgetting it.
Those mess kits are expensive.
I know. That's why I was like, I don't want to lose my mess kit bag. Like, come on. Get it together, kid. Oh, she's funny. All right, so the key to fussy cutting, right? Hold your scissor hand still and rotate your paper hand, right? That's the key. And apparently don't be a lefty. I don't know. I'm a lefty, but I've never cut lefty.
Me too.
That's funny. My mom had lefty scissors. She was, I mean, she's hardcore lefty. Like she couldn't pour coffee with her right hand. And she would switch utensils when she ate. Like she would like switch the knife to her left hand, and then she'd switch the fork to her left hand, and then she'd switch back to her knife, and then she'd switch, you know, like she was hardcore.
So she had that dominant hand.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Big time. Big time.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I had to learn to do everything with my right hand.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I mean, no one taught me anything, you know, like it wasn't a choice, you know, so.
Right.
Okay. So after you've done fussy cutting 77 plants out, just 3. I don't think there's that much fussy cutting in the other ones, but I think there might be 1 or 2. Sorry. This suite is really hard to do anything without fussy cutting plants, like, because they're so cute and they're easy and they're done for us. So. All right, so the stamp set. So I tried to use all the sentiments, and I think we did. So this one we have thank you so very much. And then I did to a dear friend on the card front or on the envelope. So now I'm going to be tested to be able to see if I can use my skills. I'm not very good at reading these backwards. Just gotta tell you. I appreciate the effort that went into the thought behind this, right? Like, you know, like, yes, I just want to mount them inside my case, but I want to mount them in a way where I can read them, not backwards.
Oh, right.
So they've been given feedback about this. Let's just say that, because there was a lot of complaining in the beginning. So I was able to get the thank you and the so very much on the same on the same block, but I'm not sure that I would. I think that I would just stamp them separately, honestly, because it's not worth trying to squeeze it in at all. So. Yes. So what is everyone's new favorite in color? I must know.
The freesia, is that what the pinkish?
Oh yeah, the fresh freesia. Yeah, that's
I
pretty.
like the soft succulent for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too, soft succulent.
Succulent. Priscilla, what about you?
Oh, I'm a succulent girl.
Oh, you're a succulent girl. Jan, what about you? What's your favorite new one?
Either the papaya or the polished pink.
Oh, that pink is pretty too.
Yeah, and I love the pale papaya, y'all. That's been a lot of fun to play with.
Can y'all hear it thundering here?
I can. I heard that rumble.
I'm fixing to mute again.
Well, you just keep it on because you're right by camp. So then I'll know what's going on with Marianne if you keep it on. You can give me weather updates on my kids.
I can go get her.
Poor child. Oh my. Thank you so much for your little care package, Rhonda. She loved it.
Did she like it? Oh,
She did. She was so tired when she came home, though. It was so funny. Like she was, you could tell she was just worn out. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So I stamped the thank you and the so very much in the evening evergreen. And then I just got ink all over my hands, which is par for the course. And then I'm gonna stamp my envelope, my little pieces on my little, and I'm using soft succulent for this. And I'm gonna also get ink all over my hand, and then I'm gonna stamp off a couple times just to give it some dimension. And then I'm gonna get a whitey because I just made a mess. And then I'll do the to a dear friend in some evening evergreen. There. I like the fonts in this one. Like I like the, I don't know, I like the cursive. It's been so weird having this much rain in our summer, although the last week was pretty dry, but.
Came a lot later this year than last year, the rain.
Yeah. Like kind of waiting. And then like, I feel like all of May was rainy. Like it's kind of wild.
We're still waiting.
You're still waiting? Boo. All right. So what'd you say?
We're in drought.
Oh yeah, that's not good. So I used the little mini cutter to cut this, but you could use a paper trimmer. What's interesting about this label, this is what the everyday label punch, I think, is that if you go down to 1 1/4, it perfectly chops off the top. And then if you line it up to 1, it perfectly chops off the bottom. Like it, I just love that I don't have to guess, right? I like that it's like on a measurement line, and I think that's really nice. So if you wanted to chop it first and then stamp it, you could do that, or you could stamp it and then chop it, but then it just cuts off those little top pieces really easily. So, but I like that it's on 1 1/4 and 1. So. And then close up my ink. And then I did put the plants up on dimensionals and the sentiment too. And this one, he's just hanging out down here. He's not on anything. So if you got one of these plants, it's okay. I mean, if you really wanted to put a sliver of a dimensional there, you could, but you don't have to. So, and then it's just a lot of gluing. I was trying to find that old slimline card that I did a couple years back. It's like really funny. I'll have to find it. But it was like it was a piece of felt. It was a paper pumpkin that had a thanks card, and it had these, like the letters were orange felt. It was THANKS in orange felt. And there was a border around the thanks. And I was like, well, forget that. I want to use the border piece too. And so I ended up, going ahead and, like using the border as well, and just did it on a slimline card, and it turned out great. I use them for teacher thank you cards every year until I'll eventually run out, right? Like Mary Ann, she was funny. So last week at camp, I sent like a card a day, and I pre-sign them, and because relying on the mail, well, we know how that is, right? So then this week I didn't have any ready, and she's like, well, what about your cards? What about the cards from you? And I was like, I didn't have any for you this week. And she's like, I was like, okay. I was like, I didn't realize that was going to be a big deal. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to find any cards. And she's like, Mom. I was like, okay, fine. So this happened when I did this one too. So we're having a hard time tying a tight enough bow with this ribbon. So see how loose it is? I didn't like it. So what I did on the last one is I put some adhesive down here and kind of gathered it because I couldn't get it tight enough. And I don't know if I'm just not doing a good enough job or what, but I had to like almost like see how I'm like picking up the slack here so that it's nice and tight on the front. I don't like to put glue underneath my ribbon on the front, but I felt like I had to pick up some slack back here. So if that happens to you, don't worry. No big deal. It happened to me too. And I have all, like, I got all the colors of this ribbon, but this is the first one I've like played with. So I don't know if this happens with all of these, because these are all in the new ink colors, and I don't know what happened. All right, so we'll get this guy on here.
I didn't realize how huge slimline cards were, because when you see pictures of them, I kind of picture them being just like a skinnier version of a normal card.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting to me because, I mean, I guess I could make it a little bit smaller, right? But then it'll kind of like wrap around in the envelope, and so
yeah.
like when I was making it kind of standard size, which is the size I made it before. Let me go get this. They're fine. Not that. Yeah, you know what? So these I actually ended up using the envelopes from another one, but see this big like felt? They were huge. But these were special envelopes that I had gotten in some kit at some point. God only knows what kit. And so I ended up like making the thanks fit in there. But yeah, I know. I think it's interesting. Like, I guess you could make any kind of, they're not that slim though, huh? Like,
well, I mean, I just, when you see pictures on Instagram, you don't know how big it is. No one's
right. There's no perspective. Right.
Exactly. Kind of like when I order handbags and they're totally not the size I expect.
You're like, wait a minute, that only holds a lipstick.
Yeah.
How's that gonna work? That's so funny. So it looks like
Plants are so cute.
you had such a wonderful trip, Sarah.
Oh yeah, visiting my sister was great.
Yeah. So where is she in Colorado, in Boulder, or?
She's now in Westminster.
Oh yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, so she just moved there from Erie. So they've always been kind of outside of Denver.
Okay.
And it was really, really nice. And I want to go back and do more hikes because there's so many, you know.
A beautiful area. We used to stay in Westminster when we'd go visit like the Denver area because we really like that, like north of Denver, Boulder, you know, that area is really nice.
Yeah, she loves it there.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I can't imagine, you know, I don't know. It's a beautiful place.
Mhm.
Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you got some vacay in.
Yes.
Definitely needed. Anyone else have any exciting summer adventures? Priscilla, when are you moving to Dripping Springs? When shall I see you soon? I hope.
Oh my goodness, it's very hard to find a house. And like
Are you
if
still,
build
I
a
told you,
house,
girl.
if we build one, then we have to find a place to stay in the interim because it takes about a year to build.
Yep.
So we're in a very strange place. We don't know what to do. So we have a
Awesome.
realtor, so we're looking.
So you didn't really find anything yet, huh?
No. And everybody that's selling right now seems to be a little greedy. They're charging like $600,000 more than they did like 2 years ago. So
Wow.
it's like,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, and the wood is very expensive.
So expensive.
Yeah. It's a poopy time to buy a house, that's for sure. Like we got really lucky, you know, that we started this build and locked this all in, you know, last September, because we would be in quite the pickle if not, for sure. So yeah, it's quite the booger. And I mean, like the people who are selling our rent house sold it for way more than they bought it for. And, you know, I mean, everybody's, they're definitely taking advantage of the market, you know, so
Oh, yeah.
for sure.
We're having a hard time in Montana.
Oh.
So
Finding
shopping, you started your shopping, Jan?
Yeah, we may have to go next month or early August.
Check it out in person?
Yeah, to see how bad the wood is going to be to build.
That's the biggest thing, right? Like all the cost of the supplies has gone up so much, you know?
Right.
the lumber shortage.
Yep. Crazy. So, all
We're
right.
just gonna live with you guys for a little bit, either Melissa or Sarah. We're just gonna hang out.
Hey, yeah. Well, I mean, that's
Yeah, I told you my neighbor's in Florida and they aren't in their house. And I could really like lobby them to rent it to you.
Would you? That would be awesome.
They're right next to us.
Be so perfect.
The wife is like her allergies are crazy here. So they like went to Florida and they haven't come back.
Oh, do you think they're coming back?
I think if her allergies are going to be terrible here, that they're going to move somewhere else. So, yeah.
Oh,
Seller's market right now. They should sell that house or rent it to me.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. This is a crazy market. I mean, we could sell our house for way more than we paid for it, you know. And that was a month ago, you know? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
it's insane. Like, I'm so flabbergasted by it. So that's why when I was messaging you, Priscilla, and you're like, oh, it'll be fine. I'm like, no, I don't think you understand. Like, it's real bad. Like, it's real bad. Yeah, I'm not normally like an alarmisty person, you know? And so like, if I say it's bad, it's legitimately bad. Like, yeah, I mean, Well, and like, I feel bad. There's a woman like 4 doors down and they haven't even started her foundation. And they say her house is going to be ready in October. No way. And she's got like 4 kids, recently divorced, and they're having to pay this like absorbent rent at this apartment until their place is done. And oh gosh, it's just going to be so rough. So anyway, I don't know. Like, this has been, and I don't feel like they're doing much right now. Like, I think they lost a lot of their trades guys to like another builder here in the neighborhood. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. All right. How are we doing? How's card 1?
Is this soft succulent, the paper in
Yes.
the label? Okay.
Yes. Yes. Good. Good, good, good. Let me see. I will unspotlight myself here. I can remove my spotlight so I can see everybody then. Pretty, pretty. So cute.
I'm not stamping because I didn't pick out stamps. I think I'm actually going to order this bundle later, but
But I love the plants. So
Yeah,
cute.
cute. I decided to do the easier ones. There's another one, and that one would take a long time to fussy cut, so I gave up on that one.
Yeah, I just went around the edges with that one. I barely.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll do that. I'm like, how do you do that one?
My hand was cramping up.
On some of them, I was like, I'll just throw in an extra plant. We'll see what they pick, because I was just like, I wasn't too sure. I was like, I
I'm
don't know.
gonna keep it, but now that I saw hers, okay, I'll do another one. Maybe I could put it like on the envelope or something.
Ooh, that'd be good.
It's not that hard. I got that one.
Oh, good, good,
I
good.
can't see you, Jan.
Hey, Jan, your camera's off.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, well, let me fix that.
Mhm.
It was yesterday too, Jan.
Was it really?
That's cute.
Nice.
Good.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's go tackle another one. So let's do the one that has the 3D project in it. So there's one that's going to have like a brown in it, and there's one that's going to have like a soft succulent. So skip those 2, put those 2 aside. And then grab your other one. It has a bag. So let's see. you got your seeds, hopefully. Cutest seed packets ever. So this is what we're making. So we're making the fun ombre bags, and everybody got a different color, so enjoy. So making the ombre bags into a cute little gift holder, and then we're going to put a little card in the top as well. So I'll show you guys kind of how this is made. So I do this, I've done this before to make like a gift card holder too. It's great for gift cards because you can put a little gift card in the front pocket, and then you can put a little card in the back, and then you can write a little sentiment on it. It's really sweet. So, so this one's fun. And apparently I didn't punch. Oh, I did punch my pieces. Okay. I was like, huh. All right, good. So, so I went ahead and I pre-folded the piece for you, just because this is not an exact science, but I think it's like at 2 3/4 from the bottom. You can kind of fold it up. Now it depends on how large you want your white piece, your little card piece to be in here. Sometimes like you could put, if you had that old tab punch, the one that makes a little tab topper thing, that's really cute. You can put a little tab on here. I think I still have it, just to make it easier for them to, pull it out. But let's work on like constructing the band that goes around it. Because obviously we don't want to like glue it, right? Because we want to be able to tuck stuff in it. And you've got this really ugly little edge here on the bottom of the bag, and we want to cover that. So in this case, we're going to take a couple pieces of the DSP and we're going to wrap it around so that, and this one's too long because I can't measure. So we're gonna wrap it around and glue it like here in the front. So you don't really have to do a ton of gluing. You could put, if you wanted to, you could put a little bit of glue here. And if you had the lid off, you put a little bit of glue like right here. And then you can put a little bit of glue like on the inside of these tabs. It doesn't take a lot though. And then you can kind of just fold these guys over and get them to match up pretty well. And you're going to cover that a little bit with the little ribbon and the cute little punch piece. So that won't be too bad. And then we're going to stamp our sentiment, hopefully. I did the "You Touched My Heart" and the "Love You" on the inside. It's like a puzzle trying to figure these out where they go now. Used to just throw them back in. I really like the colors they picked for this like suite. It's a really nice one. And then we're gonna need some plants and a pot and a few other pieces too. And you could do any kind of greenery or anything you wanted here. All right. So I'm going to stamp this in Evening Evergreen just because I like the darker look. Did you guys get the double oval punch? I really like it. It makes me happy. I like how it fits together so well.
But I wasn't sure if the size would work for me for frequent use.
Yeah, no, I wasn't too sure either. I thought maybe it would be too small, but I'm actually impressed with the number of things that fit in it. And I feel like a lot of the stamp sets now have a little bit of a smaller piece in it, you know, like a tiny hello, like the peaches, like it has a couple of like really tiny little sentiments. And so I'm actually impressed. I'm using it, you know, as much as I have been. Plus I love a punch, honestly. Like I don't have to die cut it. I had my sister-in-law working last week, Sunday die cutting. I was like, here, die cut 1,000 pots. Okay, great. You know, it was rough. Like, I was like, how many more pots? I was like, well, I need like another 10 of these. She was like, oh my gosh. I was like, yeah, this is, all right. So then all I did was I put a little bit of glue on the back of this so that I could double my ribbon and stick it, you know, on the back. And then I went ahead and put like a dimensional on either side of the little, I call it the support ribbon. It looks like the cancer support ribbon or the, you know, veteran support ribbon. I don't know. It's the lapel ribbon fold. This ribbon's pretty thick though, and so I think you have to be a little creative in how you use it, because it's not super slim. We can slide our herbs in. It was quite the variety pack, so I hope you like what you got. I'm not wearing black pants today, so I can't just like clean my stamps on my pants. It's causing me issues. I wonder how much ink gets in our laundry.
Oh, I didn't know you had that top tip, Melissa.
Yeah, it's wear black pants when stamping so that you don't actually have to like pay to clean your stamps. You just wipe them on your pants. I do it.
Hilarious.
It's like an instinct. It's a habit now. And I'm always, it's like my left hand. And I always like, if you ever see me on a live and I'm like, ta-da, it's because like I clean them on my pants. That's why I like, people are like, oh, to use the chamois or the, I'm like, no, I just use my pants. I'm like, no big deal. Ay. All right.
If you were to mail this, what postage would you use for this?
You know, I feel like this is actually really flat. Like, I don't think that this has to go for more than a normal stamp.
Okay.
Because it's lightweight. Like, these are really light. It's not going to be any thicker than normal. It fits in a standard size envelope. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could put the butterfly stamp on it so this is like the non-machinable one.
Okay.
And this is the one that I think it's like 75, I think is what it costs. But honestly, there's nothing protruding on here.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I've never mailed a package of seeds.
Yeah, I think that these seeds are really tiny. I mean, unless your seeds are really thick, like,
No, they're not.
no, none of these feel thick.
Okay.
I think you could do a standard stamp.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm all about cheating the system. The other day I brought packages and had a lengthy discussion with the mailman about it and how I had tested it through my slot, because he's like trying to put it through the slot. And I was like, oh, I already did that at home. And he's like, well, we're going to do it again. I'm like, but I'm telling you, I know that this is going to fit through the slot. And he did not believe me. So, but it did. And haha. And then he was like, well, oh, and I had sent it in a clear envelope. And he was like, are you allowed to do that? And I was like, yes. Like, how do you not know the answer? I was like, oh, geez, man. Okay. So anyway, should be fine. Me and the mailman are getting to know each other. The new post office. So, all right. So we're going to stamp our little pot over here. And then gonna stamp some greenery with another ink color but now I found. I don't know what this greenery is, but it's very cute when it's draped on top of the little pot. And I cannot wipe that on my pants, so I will not. Oh yeah, and the sentiment. I'm telling you. The other day I had red pants on and I did it on my red pants and I don't know. I'm hoping it came out. I would be sad. Where's that tab? Oh, here's that tab. This is that old tab punch that we used to have. And if you have one of these, this is what I was thinking would be really cute at the top. So like if you, it's retired, but it's one of the ones I kept around because for like planners and stuff, it's really nice too. So this is kind of cool if you like put this at the top of your piece here, so that when this is tucked in here, then it's really easy for them to be able to like pull this out. And I think it'll still fit in a standard size envelope when we do that, but let me test that theory. So I do this, I have this guy here. Well, it might be tight then. Yeah, that might be a little too tall. It'd probably be too tall for a standard envelope if we did that. So I won't do that because I don't like making envelopes, but Sarah likes making envelopes. And so, huh?
Priscilla too.
Oh, does she?
I'm the one that does that.
That's above my pay grade, guys. All right, and then I did a little soft succulent greenery on the top. I think I stamped off just to get like a faded look because I didn't want to really like go to town too much. And then I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go the other way instead. There. So these are really cute, like at Christmas, like these are really fun, like gift card holder, you know, it's just a way to like zhuzh up a nice gift card that isn't, you know, the standard stick in an envelope, you know, kind of a deal. So if you're looking for something cute, and you can wrap the ribbon all around, I mean, you can do all sorts of different things, but it's basically just creating a belly band, you know, and a pocket, and then having that other pocket to put a little card on. So
Very cute.
yeah, and these are, I think that the measurement on this is, they're very close to square, but they're not square, which is weird. 4 1/4 by 4, yeah. So, and then I'll have a PDF for you guys, so don't worry, I'll send that later with measurements and stuff. But thanks to Sarah, my professional PDF helper. So I'm so thankful. Okay, what color did you guys get? Hold on, I'm gonna take the spotlight off because I want to see what everybody got. Let me see what color did everybody get on the
Still
little
gluing.
gluing. Okay.
I
What'd
got
you get?
purple.
Ooh, the fresh Frisia. Fun. Priscilla, what color did you get? Ooh, you got the fresh Frisia too. So Rhonda, what color did you get?
I got the soft succulent.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, who got what? That fresh Frisia is really cute with that. I feel like the green and the purple just look.
I love that combo.
Yeah, they're really cute. I think that this is the only pale papaya one I did because I love pale papaya like a lot, but I didn't like the combo as much. It's okay, but I think I didn't send it to you guys. I think I sent you the fresh Frisia and the soft succulent because I thought that was better. Ooh. He's snoring, y'all. Like he's ridiculous. This dog. Let me see. I'll show you this way. Let's see. His new appointed location in the office. And that's his snoring spot. Ridiculous.
How are you enjoying your new craft room?
It's awesome. Yeah, having the space to like be organized and you know, have the bar top.
What's next in-person class? Do you know? What do you plan?
Well, so I'm thinking about starting some in-person stuff in August. So July's a little crazy, I still think, with like summer travel and camps and stuff. But I think in August I'm going to do in person. So I'm going to do a BOGO event in person in August. And then I'm going to start doing, I'm going to split this class. I'm going to do it twice. So I'm going to do a Zoom and then I'm going to do an in-person. Because I want to be able to do that. And then if I end up doing, I'll do one here at the house. I'll probably end up doing a third one in town at the coffee shop that I used to do it at. They're slowly starting to open. But I think I'm going to have enough people out here, hopefully, that people will want to come out, you know, to the new space and hang out and stuff. I think it's nice. But then I also, you know, don't want to lose all my California people. So I want to make sure that I'm doing the senior center class in person starting next month. But what we found out is that they're not all comfortable coming back. And so we're going to have to, you know, provide both modalities for a while, I think. So, yeah, so I'm excited. So I'm looking at how my calendar will accommodate it all and, you know, what days and times, you know, work best for everybody and trying to, you know, work smarter, hopefully not harder. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, so my first event out here in person will be the BOGO sale. And I'll have a couple make and takes, and it'll be the new catalog kickoff for the holiday catalog too. So, and then I'll probably do BOGO like shopping appointments like I did this last time for those that want to do BOGO but aren't local. I set those up this last time, and I had several people take advantage of it, including people who, like one lady I'd never met before, which was kind of wild. And she's been on my mailing list for years apparently, and like she's never come to a class or anything. But she's like a serial BOGO-er. Is that a word?
And then sales are great incentives, right? You know, buy one get one free. So yeah,
it's amazing. So, so anyways, so that's her thing. But then I had another lady who said that she really liked this because she felt like she got some one-on-one time with me, and she really like got to, you know, like talk through like, this is what I want. And so I thought that was really good. So, yeah, so I'm going to do a little hybrid-y thing, but it'll be fun. So
thanks.
yeah, having the new space and having room for the class, but having room for me. And then, you know, I can do class prep and it doesn't bug my table. And then having the standing cutting area is really nice. Like the counter height, like I just did not know how much that was killing my back until things started to hurt. And so like what y'all don't know is that like I was cutting paper on the floor for a while. Like there was just, I was out of room. And so things were just, it was just a little wild and a little hairy there this last year. And so I was like, okay, I need the extra space. So this has been great.
Good.
Yes, it's been great. Kitty coming to visit. Hey. By far the funniest Zoom meeting this last month it was just this last month was a woman who had a cat. Normally the cats just wander by like they're indifferent. Not this cat. This cat was this. For like 25 minutes, y'all. It was in a staring contest with me. It was like hardcore, like locked on. It's the craziest thing I've seen in a long, long time. So I was like, okay, your cat is intense and slightly scares me. I don't mind the kitties. Like, I don't mind kitty tail. I don't mind kitty bottom. I don't mind kitty waving by, right? But that stare down contest, that was something else, y'all. Like something else. Okay, so let's do the brown one next. Cinnamon cider, which is so pretty. All right, so I do like cinnamon cider as a color. Like I at first I was not sure because I'm a crumb cake girl, but this is really pretty. It's very warm. It's a warm brown, and I wanted to use the brick for sure. And then I wanted to be able to use the lattice. In this case though, you'll have lots and lots of pieces in here. So this is the die cutting heavy one. So you've got pots, you've got planters, you've got macrame, you've got little planters, you've got more plants. And you might have more plants than you need holders for. So you might have some choice. And then you also have one gold, what are those things called? It's an enamel dot, but it's not an enamel dot, the gold gilded thing. So don't lose your gold gilded guy, but he's in there too. So if you put the lattice up on here, just like this, it doesn't have really good contrast. It's kind of, this is really low contrast. And although I like it on Sarah's, because Sarah's the one who first did that, I just wanted a little more contrast. And so that's why we're going to color this if you want. There's no white side to this. So it's not like you could flip it over or anything. It's basically a craft paper. So we're going to color this. You can use a sponge dauber. You can use, whatever you got. I just used a sponge dauber and some early espresso ink. But you could use, whatever you've got on hand. You could use a the makeup brush, spongy ones, whatever. And then I would just say, you know, as you come over it, just be gentle. These are sturdy, but you know, you can rip it for sure. And you can definitely, you know, break it. So just you know, come over it with your ink. And of course it makes a cool pattern. So, you know, if you wanted to, you know, ink something up while you're doing it, you can make a neat background pattern.
Hey, Melissa, are we cutting down a part of
Yeah.
it? Are we cutting it in half?
Yep. We're going to take 3 pieces. So we're like 3 of the dots. So we're going to cut right past this 3rd line.
Okay.
So if you wanted to leave, you know, part of it blank, or you could, you know, pre-cut it. But basically after 1, 2, 3, then I just used my scissors and I just went, okay. And I just cut right on
Okay.
the edge right there. Yep. So right where that bar connects, I'll kind of hold it close so you can see. Yeah. So if
Okay.
you wanted to do that before so that you don't mess up the other half, you know, or 2/5, I guess. You can definitely do that before you color that. And then I did use this lattice. They are sturdy enough to do embossing paste with, which I wasn't sure that they would be, but they were. So I'll show you what that looks like too. So this is the piece I did the embossing paste with the lattice. Yeah. So, and it definitely keeps its, you know, it keeps its look pretty well. I mean, I felt like that was pretty solid. So I'm using this in a class at Candy's retreat next month, which is in like a few weeks. I keep forgetting that I'm doing that really soon. I will say I had to kind of go back and add a little bit more color here and there on this because it definitely feel like it absorbs the color. Since it's a craft paper, I think it does. So. Now you have another piece of lattice you can use on another project. Oh, that's where that plant went. Huh, that's funny. I had an extra plant and I could not have told you where it went. And now I see where he goes. I have an empty pot on my thing. I'm okay with it. Not all pots have to be filled, I guess, right? That's amusing though. I could put this one on here too. What does that look like in the pot? This macrame hanger thing really cracks me up, guys.
I love it.
So funny. There's literally a guy on the side of the road up here selling like macrame plant hangers, like, and it just cracks me up. So what's neat about this, I'll show everybody kind of how I put this together. So you've got the pot and then you've got your plants. And I like to stick part of the plants through the macrame hanger so that it looks kind of 3D. So in this case, you can actually get 2 of the pieces through it. And so it's almost like you can, so see how I can get like the plant to kind of look like it's, you know, coming out through here. So kind of weave your leaves through the macrame hanger so that you have a way to make it look super 3D. This also makes it easier to glue down because I didn't put a lot of glue behind this. Like I guess you could put like, you know, some fine tip glue pen or something back behind here, but I did not. I ended up just putting a dimensional back here to glue this down. And then I put like a dimensional here. And then I put it, so like I basically glued it down with dimensionals on the back. I don't know. I just didn't feel like making a mess with the glue. And so if you put a dimensional or two down there, and then I put one glue dot like right underneath this pot over here. And I think it worked out just fine. So I'll just trim a little bit of my pot out of the way. So no one will know. Glue dot, where are you? I'm gonna put this over here so you guys can see what we got going on. Get this here. All right, so I won't mess with that.
How are you attaching the lattice?
Oh, so the lattice, I put some glue dots behind the
The solid pieces.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Yep, exactly. Because that was the only way that I could think of doing it, again, without making like an oozy goozy, you know, mess. And you could just put a little bit of, you know, glue behind, you know, like you could put a little bit of snail just behind this one section, you know, because no one's really going to see behind there. I don't feel like it's going too far, but you do want it to hold together. Glue dots to the rescue.
Mine just flew across my desk.
Uh-oh. Well, I flicked something off the other day. Oh, an enamel dot. I pushed an enamel dot down and it shot across the room and I have not seen it since. Like, no idea where it went. I was watching like a home decor show and they had like a wall, you know, like a lattice like this, and they put all the little pots on it and stuff. It was so cute. It's like, okay, I like that. That's cute. Marianne's been trying to convince me to get more indoor plants. She's like, Mom, it's really good for the air quality. Well, and then it doesn't help because we went over to somebody's house and they had like 1,000 indoor plants. I was like, oh, great. Like, now I'm going to have to get plants. She's like, see, everybody's doing it. That peer pressure for plants, you know?
Well, orchids are good because they bloom for like 3 months. And Christmas cactuses are super easy to take care of and they bloom once a year.
Christmas cactus.
Yes.
I feel like I know what that looks like, but maybe I don't. I'm going to have to Google that.
They're my favorite.
I like the name.
Yeah. And there's some that bloom at Easter and people call those Easter cactus.
Oh, that's funny. Does it really bloom at Christmas?
Yeah, usually around Christmas. Mhm.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I actually got one from Sarah and it blooms twice. It blooms once in the spring and then once kind of like November. It's like once she transferred it to me, it's off by a month, but it does bloom twice, once around Easter and once around Thanksgiving. So it's
Hey, you know, I mean,
so nice. You can't kill it.
oh, that's good to
Otherwise,
hear.
it's dead by now. I'm just kidding. Succulents.
Yeah. So this pot holder is really interesting. So everybody, I've been seeing a lot of samples with it, but no one knows how to use it right. So it has a slit in it. The slit is for your pot. So you put your pot in the slit. So,
Oh,
that's
Okay, here's a happy Christmas cactus.
oh, look at that.
Yeah, and it'll get all these bright flowers once a year.
Oh, I like it. That's cute. It's like, thanks for getting me your random plant, Sarah. She had that on the ready. She was ready.
Whoop. Okay.
Yeah, so make sure you put your pot inside the holder, right? So it's supposed to kind of come in front of it in that little slit. So try to decide if I want to put a plant in mine this time or not. And then I found it annoying that that like kind of stuck up. So I put a little blue dot underneath the bottom of that. I rolled one up. Something's ready.
Yeah, that's my roast.
Excellent.
Ooh, Sunday roast. Sounds good.
It does.
Yeah.
And I don't think all of the little dots got out of this little bowl one. So just FYI, you might need some more pokey.
I'm gonna go turn the oven off. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be here. So a little bit of fussy cutting on this one, not too much. So it's interesting. So the dies cut out this set, but not this set. So, so I definitely, I did some fussy cutting for you guys as well. For those of you who got the dark green set. I like it when the dies cut out a lot from the paper, and I feel like they do in this one. They cut out a lot of the pots and stuff, but all right. So do I want a little shorty cactus in this one? This looks like lettuce. Like this one looks like a bowl of lettuce. I think it needs to go up here. Yes. Yeah, when Just Jade came out last year, I was like, ooh, it's like best friends with mint macaron. I didn't think that they could come out with another green that I would like, but I love both these greens. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna put my lettuce in a pot.
Kind of late to grow lettuce now.
I
If
know.
you're going outside.
Let's see. I spotlighted the wrong me. There we go. Well, at this point, I don't know what you can grow outside. Maybe some tomatoes.
This when we moved into this house, I went and got some tomatoes at Home Depot.
Yeah.
We had a fox come up on our deck. I guess he was going to have a little lunch. Yeah. Pretty fox, but man, like, oh, no, I don't want you here.
Was it one of those gray foxes, Rhonda?
I don't know. He was just really pretty. I mean, he had, some red in him.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bunch of gray foxes here in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're definitely adventuresome.
But I don't think they would hurt you.
I don't think so either. No.
I don't think they're a talent.
I'm just surprised at how out and about they are. Like how much, like I'm just shocked that they are okay with people as much as I think they are.
Yeah, and it's kind of dangerous for them,
I know. I
Because what
mean,
if they meet up with somebody that's not so nice,
I know. Well, and so we've got that, and then I swear I saw a not like a giant rabbit. What are they called?
Oh, a jackrabbit? Like a jackrabbit? Yeah, you probably did.
Because it was the size of a small deer, right? But it hopped like a rabbit.
Wow.
And
A jackalope?
yeah, almost like a jackalope. I mean, it was insane. It was at night. So there was I was coming around a corner and it was running and it was like zigzagging, like a rabbit would, like with its big feet, and so it was like, boom, boom, boom. But it was smaller. It was bigger than a normal rabbit, definitely smaller than a deer. I don't know. It was the craziest thing I've seen. I came home and no one believed me, of course. And of course I can't find it again. So
Texas rabbit.
serious Texas sized rabbit for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Say what?
Or a wallaroo?
Yeah, that's what I know. I mean, I was like, if we were in Texas, I would say maybe a kangaroo, like it was large. I was shocked. I'll just say that.
So are you like in the middle of Dripping Springs, west, northeast?
We are east of Dripping Springs. So between not all the way to Belterra. So kind of like between Belterra and Dripping Springs.
So you're still in the nice, real hilly, pretty area.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely a lot of wildlife. I mean, we have deer in the backyard, and we've got, I saw the fox the other day, kind of cross the bridge at night. I haven't seen the fox in our backyard, but I've seen him in other parts of the neighborhood. We also have oh gosh, what's the other one?
Well, do you have ringtails or raccoons?
Yeah, definitely. But the other one that lives alone and he crawls in trees, it's not an aardvark.
A possum?
No, not a possum.
An armadillo?
Okay. No, not an armadillo. Much bigger.
Okay. Armadillo ringtail? Is it a ringtail? Crawls in the trees?
No. Yeah.
Okay, so not a skunk.
I know.
So we have skunk, raccoon, possums.
Definitely not an aardvark. Let's see.
The armadillos. It crawls on the ground?
And it's only one. Like they're solo animals.
This is not like do we have marmots in Texas?
I don't think we have marmots.
Yeah. What color is he?
I'm gonna go with brownie gray. Don't you worry. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna send you an email. You guys will get the PDF and the animal of the week.
We'll have a contest to name that animal.
I know. Exactly. I feel like, all right, everybody, good luck. So
I don't know what it could be. Huh. I
Well-
love the animals. I just absolutely love it.
I mean, the variety that we have is pretty impressive. So, all right. So this one I stamped with a little note with the biggest thanks, which is, it fits really cute on this label from Stitch So Sweetly. So. Check it up. Under there. Cute. See,
Yep.
your pot can have a lettuce in it, or your pot can be empty. It's okay, whichever way you go.
A lettuce.
I don't know why that one is funny. And there's two different kinds on the DSP. There's like one that has like dark and green, and there's another one. I'm sure it's some sort of cactus, but some succulent of some kind, but I have no idea.
Yeah, this is a pretty sweet set. I like it.
It's nice. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was one that like, I really loved the paper. And then I was like, well, I think I want to make a class out of it. I get the set too. And Marianne loves plants so much. She got so excited. And Candy sent me a succulent for my promotion. It was so funny. Marianne was so excited. I was like, good, another plant for you to take care of. I was like, Candy. I will not take care of it, but Marianne will keep it alive. I promise. So, yeah, I think just all the macrame brings back like growing up, and like I would help the neighbor like make macrame hangers and stuff. Like she was really into plants. My mom had African violets and she was really good at keeping those alive. I don't know why. And so like I remember a lot of African violets in the house, and then, but really not a lot of other plants. We had like cherry plants and roses and stuff outside, but the neighbor, Gina Seelbeck, I remember her name. She was really sweet. And I would go over and she would have me make macrame things with her. Her husband, he was like a jeweler, and he had his own like in the garage. He had this whole like studio where he could like do like the lost wax, like metal work and stuff. Like, I mean, he was crazy impressively skilled. They were both like artists and older, retired. They were really sweet. And they paid me to water their plants. They went out of town. I remember that. So I remember there was a lot of plants in that house. That might be why like I don't have plants in the house now. Like that was a lot of plants. So okay, good job. All right, last card. We're doing it. Doing good, everybody. I'm gonna flip this over because we definitely made that hinky winky. All right. Okay, so this one ended up being my favorite, which is funny because I think it's the simplest, but I also think it's the prettiest. But let's see. Let me get my paper back in time here. All right, so this one is a lot of soft succulent and another pot. And then you probably have some gems in here. And unfortunately, I was running low. And so I think they're kind of random and tiny and solo. So just be careful. But there's like these are the in color rhinestones from this year. So you've got a couple of rhinestones. You've got your card base. You've got your little pot. You've got a die from, I think, the Tasteful Labels, and a piece of vellum. And then that macrame 3D embossing folder that is just to die for. I love this. It's so nice. The texture that this provides is insane. Like, I really, really like it. So, so this one, we're going to actually stamp the vellum. And I usually am really good about letting it dry, but I did not. And so you can see my L on my grateful is a little smeared. So you can heat it as well, like if you want to heat dry it. But we are going to stamp the vellum first and kind of set it aside so it'll dry. So it's so if you do this later, that's fine. And you can totally like assemble the whole card and then stamp this later because it's kind of off to the side, you know, it's down here. And so you, but you'll just want to make sure you like stamp it and then set it aside for a while because it's I don't know, it takes forever to dry on the vellum. And I stamped it in early espresso. All right, and we're just going to let that dry off over there. And then we need the large leaf from the stamp set. And some soft succulent pink. Or just jade would work as well. We're just gonna stamp that guy a couple times to get that, you know, light and dark variation. And the dark will lighten, so it gets a little lighter. And then the pot is just going to go on there with a dimensional. Easy peasy. And then if you wanted to put this whole piece up on dimensionals, you could. I didn't. I just flat ran it because I ended up putting this one up on dimensionals. So that's whatever floats your boat. So something I learned about the adhesive, like if you guys have used the new Stamp and Seal, and if you're having a hard time getting it to like run, you know, sometimes I'll come in here and I'll just, you know, push it up with my finger. Other people have been using the silicone mat to catch it. But what I learned is that actually, if you start on a piece that has, so see, there's like some sticky here. If I start there, then it runs easy. So like I just basically catch the last sticky that I did, and then I like catch the last stick that I did. And that's, I think, what's catching it and like pulling it down. So anyway, if you had issues with the Stamp and Seal, because of that, it's just a tip I finally figured out because I have been Stamp and Seal challenged this last year. So, but okay, and then you know you can't, you know, put anything behind vellum and not see it, right? So I just put a little bit of the, you know, Stamp and Seal behind where I knew I was going to have something. trying not to touch the inky part. And then I've got my plants. I love a good monochromatic card. So I'm starting a club here in the neighborhood, a craft a card club. I've got a couple ladies signed up. I'm so excited.
That's awesome.
I know. I'm jazzed that anybody wants to do something fun with me. So, and we'll be in person, which will be wild and crazy. So, they're letting me use the front office. And I'm going to do the peaches. I think that'll be fun. So. And I'm grateful whether it's smeared or not, right? Whoever gets the card will be fine, even if it's smeared a little bit. This is tough. I don't know which one's my favorite. Oh.
I like the one with the hanging pot and the stand and the
Yes.
trellis.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was, it was unfortunate. That was the first one that I worked on. And after die cutting all those pieces, I was like, oh dear God. It was like, okay, that's a lot of die cutting. I was like, all right, we need to do, you know, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to make them fussy cut this. And then, oh my gosh, it was so funny though. I was like, my sister-in-law, she was like, enough pots. I'm not doing anymore. It's like, okay. You're off the hook. I'll have to mail her a set of cards. So I let her rifle through my box a bit. So let's see. Yeah, I like the colors on this one. It's pretty.
Oh, how did you adhere the what's it called? The clear stuff? I had to make a new one.
The vellum.
Vellum.
Yeah. So I just put a little bit of glue right in the middle. So, so you know you're going to hide it behind this panel. So I just put a little bit of tape behind there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, so all these edges are all just lifted. So you could, you know, so, because you're going to see anything you do behind there. So I like vellum, but it's tricky. It makes pretty cards. I do like that I found cute matching seed packets though. Like that was an endeavor.
They
There's
are cute. Thanks. What a nice touch.
yeah,
Where did you find them?
it was, I got them on Amazon.
Oh,
Yeah. Because I was looking around here and, you know, all the ones here, like in Lowe's and stuff are just, you know,
they're plain. Yeah.
yeah. And they're not, I don't know. And they didn't go with the color scheme. And I was like, and so, I was like, fine. And so then I looked on Amazon. I was like, well, I doubt they're going to have any, like a variety pack. I thought it was going to be like, here are 27,000 sunflower seeds or something, you know? And so then I saw this variety pack one and it was really cute. And I was like, oh, the colors go and everything. I was like, okay, sold. Like, that's what I wanted to do. So I was really excited. But I definitely was, yes, Sarah was like, we should do something with a seed packet. I'm like, yes, we should. So, and there was a couple of other cute cards that had like some pullouts, you know, where you can put like a little tab like on the seed packet itself and pull it out and stuff. But I hadn't done this in a long time. And so I was like, oh, I want to do this one. And these bags are so cute. The ombre bags are so cute that I wanted to do that. Yay. All right. Okay. I want to see everybody's favorites when you're done. Let me move myself.
Oh.
In this light. Mhm.
I think my favorite was the seed packet.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm glad.
I'm gonna go with the slim line.
Slim line. I like it. I like it. So cute. Yep, trellis. Yay. That's awesome. I'm so glad. Thanks for coming to class, y'all.
Thanks.
You enjoyed it. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So next month we're doing Christmas in July, which will be fun. And we're going to use the new, I'll find it. This one. Yes. It's the Tidings and Trimmings stamp set. Now, honestly, I mean, I think that probably any stamp set you have will probably work, because you guys know I always try to make it, you know, flexible and stuff. I'll have to show you a couple samples I got though from the swap. And I ended up making one as well for a different swap, and it also looked very similar. So we're all apparently obsessed. So if you haven't seen this set yet, it has this really cool open work gold. Well, it's not gold, but I did it in gold too. So this really cool open work star, which is really neat. And the paper is really fun. It's evening evergreen, misty moonlight, soft succulent, and cherry cobbler, which is a really pretty combo. So apparently we were all obsessed with doing this open work gold star, because I think everybody did the open work star. It's really cool. It just cracked me up. I was like, oh, and then I looked at mine because I don't know where mine is, but it's somewhere here. And I also had that open work star. So
That's what my tree topper looks like.
yeah,
It's like
Yeah.
I have one like that too. That's like, yeah. And so that must be why like I'm drawn to it. And so, yeah, it cracked me up. I was like, oh, all right, guys. Well, we all felt the same thing. The sentiments in this set are really small, as you can tell, like that fits on that oval. So it's actually they're pretty small, which is interesting. So I think you could make really good tags out of this. Like, I actually think it's a really, it's a cute set. Yeah, so we'll have fun. There's some cute dies and some other pieces. So anyway, this is what we're going with next month. And I'm meditating on my 3D project. So I have a few ideas in my head, although the one I really wanted to do won't work. So the paper for this one is, I guess it could work. It's a 6x6 paper. So, but I was hoping for 12x12 so I could do something bigger. But anyway, I will get there, I promise. So, but yay, I'm excited. So next month, that's what I was looking at. So if we do fourth Sunday, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is camp drop-off day. Yes. So that is another camp drop-off day for us, which is fun. And I don't know what time camp drop-off is, which is really weird. So I need to do a little bit more digging, but I'll send all of you guys an email for sure and let you know what's up. And when I plan on doing class, it's just going to be a little bit later that day, like this time zone. I mean, we don't go until 7, you know, so it's not, you know, like I feel like we're a pretty, you know, fast class. Or if it's going to be a little earlier in the day, which I'm kind of hopeful for, because it's farther. This camp is a little bit farther. So I will be in touch for sure, but we'll keep it on that fourth Sunday, and we'll do Christmas in July, which I'm jazzed about. So, because I love Christmas, it's my favorite holiday. I already have a space for the tree in the new house. Like my husband was like, let's go there. And I was like, the tree, that's the tree corner. Like nothing else goes there. That's for my tree. It has an outlet and everything. It's totally prepped and ready. So, but yay, I'm so happy. It was nice to see everybody. Nice to see your smiling faces. And
Are you doing your paper pumpkin next Sunday, even though it's July 4th? I wasn't sure. It shows on your calendar, but then I was like, but it's July 4th. I didn't know if you were going to do it.
I know. I have gone back and forth on whether I should do it or not. I think what makes the most sense is to pitch it to the next day on Monday the 5th, because I think most people will have off on the 5th anyway. So I think I'm just going to move it to the next day. Because I know I too have been like, the 4th, that's weird. okay. And then I was like, well, I can move it to the 3rd, but then I think a lot of people are still going to be doing stuff. But I think by the 5th on Monday, I think a lot of people will have off that day, but I don't think people are going to be doing stuff that day. At least that's the vibe I get. So I'm just going to pitch it to the 5th. So, yeah. So, and I've actually got a blog hop coming up this week with it. And I actually got my kit, which is impressive because apparently we live in a place that does not get paper pumpkin in a Swift store. Yay, you got it.
I have mine too, which is why I was, I haven't been to one of your paper pumpkin
I
get-togethers.
know.
I thought I want to try to make it this time.
Yeah, I'm really excited. So I get 2 kits. I get one for me and one for Marianne. Mine got here lickety split. Marianne's, on the other hand, came to Dripping Springs, left, went to Harker Heights to go visit my mother-in-law, came back down. It took a tour around Texas. I
Wow.
had like the tracking on that. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. And so I emailed Stampin' Up. I was like, what do I do? And they're like, just give it a couple more days and it'll be fine. Like it'll get there. And if it doesn't, we'll send you one. Because last month I didn't get it. It never came. And so they finally sent me one, but it was so late. I couldn't participate in the blog hop. I couldn't do my paper pumpkin play date. Anyway, I don't know. We're definitely more rural. Rhonda, do you get yours on time?
I did not order one this month.
But
Wait.
do you normally get them in a pretty swift way?
Yeah, I have a neighbor that crafts with me here, and yeah, we get ours pretty much on the same day. Yeah, and just about, around the time that everybody starts showing them. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, it could be because we're a new neighborhood. I don't know. Maybe this will get better as our neighborhood gets more established. But yes, I have mine. I'm excited, and I will update that. Thank you for reminding me, Carol, because I need to go in and do that. Because I've been debating all week. I'm like, do I do it? Do I do it then? So yeah, I'll move it. But thanks for asking. So
Yeah, I should be able to make it on the 5th. We'll see.
okay, sounds good. All right. Well, thanks, y'all. I had fun.
Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Priscilla. Let me know if you need me to do anything here. Like if you want someone to go in and do a sniff test of a house or anything,
Oh, thank you.
I mean, we're here. So,
We're here. We're looking at driftwood too.
oh yeah.
So just expanding our horizon. And bee cave is like super money. So that's.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can't go that way. No, you got to go this way. So, yeah, it's tough.
I thought it was going to be easy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of opened my eyes a little bit. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Maybe this is an issue. It's like, oh yeah, Melissa was correct.
Yeah, I hate being right, but in this case, it's just been, I was hoping it has softened a bit. I will say that, like in the last month or so, it's gotten better. But because there's more houses on the market, right? And so it's definitely better. But yeah, girl, it's
More
crazy.
houses, but it's money. They are charging a lot.
I know. It's been wild. So, and that house we were in, that rent house, there's no way I would have paid for that. Like I would never have paid that much money for that house. So, but getting in with the new builders has been really tough too. So,
Yes.
because now I think our builders doing like lottery type stuff. Like they're like taking offers on lots, which is like insane.
That is insane. So hard.
So, yeah, but they're about to open up a new phase of the neighborhood here, in Headwaters. So,
Okay.
yeah, so maybe keep an eye out. So, because it's definitely crazy. So,
Yeah.
and if there's somebody else, I know there's one house up at the top, like there's a few people in the neighborhood, like they've been listing their houses inside the neighborhood. So newer homes, that are going up for sale. And there's definitely more, and they're lasting more than a couple of days on the market, which apparently is great. So
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there was one that we liked, but they wanted to go like over like 100,000 over asking, and they wanted to live there for 4 months rent free. It's like, what kind of people? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I'm serious. Like, it's
Not
crazy.
good.
I mean, and they've said that like people will just like drive up to your house and be like, hey, we're willing to offer you X amount, you know, and you can live there for a year and blah, you know, and it's insane. Like, I mean, what people will do. The people that so that house we moved out of, they got a bunch of offers. And one of the offers included free pizza for a year, because they owned like a pizzeria. And so they were like, people are just throwing in all sorts of crazy stuff.
Oh my goodness. Well, I hope we're going to be neighbors soon.
I hope so too. I hope so too. And I hope that, I mean, anywhere in this neck of the woods. And I mean, because Rhonda's not far either. Like, she's like 45 minutes, you know, 30, 45, like that way. So, I mean, Bee Cave is close too, but I know Bee Cave is expensive. So, yeah, I mean, Spicewood, you know, Driftwood's a little bit, I think a little bit more affordable. And there's some builders down there too that are opening up like new. But then, yeah, I mean, with a builder, you're gonna have to wait, you know. So unless they've got some spec homes or something,
Yeah.
you know. So, but well,
Oh,
good luck.
hopefully. Thank you. Yes.
No problem. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.